They had been trading victories for more than 2 years now. When the first of the two broke the mile world record in 1979, the second broke it again almost exactly 1 year later. That same summer, the two battled at the Moscow Olympics, where they each ran the same two races and each won one gold medal plus a podium spot in the other race. But now it had been a year since the closing ceremonies in Moscow, and with Golden League track in full swing, their rivalry was ramping up faster than ever. Though they wouldn't be racing each other at all that August, they would be going head to head in a different way over the course of one very intense 9-day period. Today is Thursday, August 28th, 2025, and on this day in 1981, English phenom Sebastian Coe reclaimed his mile world record from fellow Brit Steve Ovett. In this episode, we'll learn more about the two men who dominated middle distance running for the first half of the 1980s, the 5 times in 23 months that they traded mile world records, and how that rivalry finally ended. I'm your host, Running Up That Hillary, and you are listening to Today in Running History. Today is Let's Run Theirs Day. Because it sounds like Thursday. Let's Run Theirs Day, which means that I am going to talk about Brooks Running for a moment. Quick disclaimer, they are not a paid sponsor of the podcast, but my partnership allows me to earn commissions when y'all use my affiliate link. So if y'all follow me on social media, and I hope that you do, you will see that I have been a member of the Brooks Running Collective for the last year and a half. And this is so much more than a brand ambassador program. And as much as I enjoy getting to try out shoes and apparel, like that's all of that is fantastic, but the best part is the community. Everyone from my fellow collective members to the Brooks executive leadership team and pro runners have been so great, and it makes me feel good about supporting a brand like that. And then, of course, the products themselves are awesome, which is pretty important too. So this weekend is their Labor Day sale, and there are some great deals for anyone in the market for new running shoes or clothes. The Ghost Max 2 is already on sale, and this was my favorite shoe for everyday runs until I got the Ghost Max 3 last month. They are incredibly cushiony without being too heavy, and so they are perfect for those 3 to 6 mile weekday runs. The other cool thing with the Labor Day sale is that you save 25% off of all apparel when you buy a pair of shoes. So check out the Ghost Max 2 and then the rest of the Labor Day sale on the Brooks website by clicking the link that I will be putting in the episode description. Now let's talk about Seb and Steve. Sebastian Coe was born in London in 1956, and his family settled further north in Sheffield, where he grew up. His running career began at the age of 12 when he joined a local club called the Sheffield Hallamshire Harriers, and he spent his teenage years running cross country and track, both with some local success. His breakthrough race came at the age of 18 when he won the 800 meters at the European Indoor Track Championship, leading from the gun and just barely missing the world record. Later that year, he broke his first national record, running the 800 meters in 1:44.95. Steve Ovett was born near the southern coast of Great Britain in 1955 and grew up playing soccer before transitioning to running. He had success as a teenager, mostly in the 800 meters, and won the silver medal at the 1974 European Athletics Championships when he was 18. 2 years later, Ovett represented his country at the Olympics in Montreal, where he ran the 1500 meters and made it to the final of the 800. Like Coe, Ovett's true breakthrough race happened in 1977 when he beat out world record holder John Walker to win a mile race in a new national record of 3:54.7. Later that same year, he beat Walker again, this time in the 1500 meters, and set yet another national record in the process. Coe and Ovett had first raced each other at a high school cross-country meet in 1972, which neither of them won. But the first time they met as pros was the 1978 European Championships. Ovett bested Coe to win the silver in the 800 meters, and the media latched on to what they had decided was a rivalry, reporting that the two men had quarreled post-race. Years later, Ovett revealed that they had not actually been fighting at the time, but expressing surprise that a third man, East German Olaf Bayer had come out of nowhere to beat them both. Sebastian Coe was the first of the two to take the mile world record. It was July of 1979, and he was racing at the Bislett Games in Oslo, Norway. On the 5th of the month, Coe had broken the world record in the 800 meters, but when he returned to race the mile 12 days later, that record was not on his radar. When he ended up running 3:48.9, which was nearly half a second faster than the previous record, Coe told the press that he was surprised and had just been aiming to win the race. The following month, Coe broke the world record in the 1500 meters, which made him the first person in history to hold those three records at the same time. Both Coe and Ovett continued racing and racking up victories separately over the year that followed, and in July of 1980, both returned to Oslo for the Bislett Games. On the evening of July 1st, two incredible things happened in very quick succession. First, Coe ran the 1,000 meters and set a new world record, making him the only person to ever hold all four records, the 800, 1,000, 1,500, and mile at one time. But that feat only lasted an hour because Steve Ovett went on to break Coe's world record in the mile that very same evening, on that very same track, lowering the time to 3:48.8. Less than a month later, Coe and Ovett both traveled to Moscow to represent Team Great Britain in the 1980 Olympics. The 800 meters came first, and Coe and Ovett both won their respective heats in the qualifying and semifinal rounds. In the final, Ovett won the gold and Coe the silver. Qualifying heats for the 1,500 meters began a few days later, and again, both Ovett and Coe won their respective semifinals. This time, in the finals, it was Coe who won gold. Another athlete finished second, and Ovett took the bronze. The 1980 Games ended the next day, and both men returned to the UK from the USSR as two-time Olympic medalists. Coe began 1981 by breaking the world record for the indoor 800 meters, then bettered his own outdoor 800-meter world record that June. And that brings us to August of 1981, exactly 44 years ago this month. On August 19th, at a meet in Switzerland, Sebastian Coe reclaimed his mile world record by running 3:48.53. 1 week later, on the evening of August 26th, Steve Ovett took back his mile world record by running 3:48.40. And finally, just 2 days later, on August 28th, Sebastian Coe recaptured the record one last time by running 3:47.33. That record would stand for nearly 4 more years and was later broken by Steve Cram, another Brit who had also competed in the 1980 Olympics but was greener in his career at the time than Coe and Ovett. Later that year, Ovett tripped while out on a training run, impaling his thigh on a low rail outside a church. While he had recovered by spring, his 1982 and 83 seasons were marred by injuries. He logged his final PR in 1986, winning the Commonwealth Games 5,000 in 13:20.06. Since shortly after his retirement in 1991, Ovett has been a track and field commentator for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. He lives in Australia. Coe, too, faced a litany of health issues and injuries immediately after the year of frenzied record swapping that was 1981. After unexpectedly finishing second in the 800 meters at the 1982 European Championships, he was found to have glandular fever, which forced him to withdraw from the 1500. Between 1983 and his retirement in 1990, he alternated between stellar performances and health issues ranging from respiratory infections to toxoplasmosis. Coe has been active in British politics and was a key figure in London's successful bid for the 2012 Olympics. Today, he is the president of World Athletics. That is all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please go like this episode, click subscribe, turn on all the alerts so you know when a new episode comes out, and then send this one to everyone in line in front of you at Starbucks. Again, it is Let's Run Theirs Day, and Brooks Running is having a fantastic Labor Day sale this weekend, which you can find at the link in the episode description. Go buy some shoes and then join me tomorrow as we hear about the Olympic medalist who was attacked mid-marathon. I'm your host, Running Up That Hillary, and this has been Today in Running History.